Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is another character painting in watercolor. I am painting the Corgi dog. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, Corgi or Corgi, I'm not sure. But anyway, I did this in watercolor. I used Taya Sui Sketches Pro app on my iPad Pro. You can be using any kinds of iPad as long as you can run Taya Sui Sketches. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, hey guys, so let's begin Taya Sui Sketches Pro app, and let's begin by using the second watercolor brush, and we're going to set the size to about 90. We're going to change the color to an orange color. So again, let's start by drawing a square, something like this. The square is a bit slanted, but it doesn't matter, something like this. And then we're going to draw a rectangle over here. So let's draw a rectangle. This side, it's about this long, and it will join up with the square, something like this. But the rectangle is not a flat edge, so it's going to have some hump over here, especially here. And then we're going to draw a little bump over here for the tail. Okay. So next will be here, something protruding out, so this will be the legs, and another bit over here as well, the legs. I'm going to zoom in so you can see. And then over here, something sticking out over here. At the corner of this box, this square, we're going to draw the ears. It's going to be long and pointy, something like a triangle, like that. And over here as well, this corner over here. Now let's change the color to, do not dry yet, okay? Don't dry yet. We have to change the color. Just change the color to this. It's just one step below white, a bit darker than white. And we're gonna push out the shape of the square. Just push it out like this, downwards, and curve down like this below. Okay, this will be the nose for the dog. I'm just gonna color it in like that. Alright, so next, change back the color to orange, then just tap. I'm just gonna tap to make it darker, like this, and let it dry. So now change back to this light color, and we're going to just paint something like this. Just paint in, and then here I'm going to zoom in so that you can see. Just paint like that, one stroke up, one line here in the middle, and go down. It's going to curve like this, like that. Curve again over here, round it here, and just fill in the color like this. So what I did was I just make sure it's rounded here. This corner is rounded. Next will be here. This will be the feet. Just gonna draw on white like that, and as well here the bottom, the body, like that. And here white here, and here the feet again, and the feet, and here a little bit of the legs. Let's dry. So that is done. So now we're gonna have some outline, but before we add the outline, let's have some color to the ears. I'm gonna have a pink color, and I'm gonna set the size smaller, the brush size smaller. I'm going to start drawing the inner ear. It's going to be a triangle. I'm not sure whether you can see it, so I'm going to choose a much darker pink, and we're done. Now we're going to add the outline. So for the outline, I'm going to use the first brush, I'm gonna set the opacity to about 78. Gonna choose this brown color, set the size to about 10, and just follow the outline, something like this. Alright, and like this. And over here I'm just gonna like that, and over here the nose area, that, follow through and have a little smile, and below like this, over here something like that, then follow through again below, and here is where the feet is. Just gonna follow through and do that, the body, the belly, and here, and start here. Okay, and here the back, and here's the leg behind it, and over here the tail. And lastly here. And I think we're done. Just let it dry. Alright, so now we're going to draw the eyes and the nose. So I have a new layer. So for this new layer, we're going to choose again the same brush, the small one, but set the opacity to the highest. And I'm going to change the color to black. This one. So our dog will be sleeping, so it's gonna be closing his eyes like that. Closing his eyes like that. A U-shaped line. Alright. And then we're gonna draw the nose. It's gonna be an upside down triangle, or the triangle is pointing downwards. It's a rounded triangle. Okay, so I leave it to you how big you want the nose to be. So make sure it looks nice and in proportion to all this, to the mouth. And that is done. I'm going to let it dry. So this is done. The next thing that we need to do is have the details. So I have another layer. For the details, I'm going to use the brown color. I'm going to set the opacity about 70. And then I'm going to change the size to about 8, and I'm just going to begin starting to draw the fur, something like this, short, just flick. Okay, here as well, the body, the back. This is a rounded shape, so you must follow. It has to be pointing outwards and follow the shape. And the tail, of course. Okay, so this is done. Alright, so you can see it's a hairy dog. And save. So now we have some minor details like shadow. For the shadow, let's have this brush, the bigger one, second brush. Set the opacity to about 60, and I think the size is about 50. We can still stick to this brown. Alright, and let's begin. I think I'm gonna set the opacity a bit higher, about 70. Okay, and here. Oh, I do not wish it to be dark. So if you happen to have something like that, just undo. And now we'll use the water brush. The water brush, make sure the opacity is the lowest. And the size, I think about 45 will be good. And I'm just gonna, oh, maybe not 45, maybe I have to make it smaller, 27. And then just drag out the ink. And let it dry. Okay, so now that we have this, we're gonna have another layer for the ground. Tap and hold and drag right to the bottom. I'm gonna use the same brush, which is the second one. Set the opacity to about 65. I'm gonna set the color to a dark one, to maybe black. And then set the size to about 70. And I'm just going to paint like that. Now I'm going to use the water brush, set the size a bit bigger, and just drag the color out and let it dry. Then again use the watercolor brush. I'm gonna paint closer to where the dog is. Okay, and use the water brush. Add some fun details. Have another layer. Maybe the dog is snoring, so I want to use the smallest brush. I'm gonna use brown color. Set the opacity to high, and then just write like this. So let it dry. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed painting that Corgi dog, and if you have difficulty, you can rerun this video again and keep trying. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and do consider to subscribe by clicking on the subscribe button, something like this on this page. So with that said, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.